Hey guys, let's restring a doll. As you can see, the elastic in this one is completely shot and her legs are super duper floppy. So let's take a look at what we're going to need. We need scissors, handy dandy Norwex towels, needle nose pliers, crimpers, copper sleeves, and hair elastics. So the first step, I'm going to go ahead and just cut these legs off since they're so floppy. I know I will not be able to reuse the elastic. So there we go, got the legs off, and now I'll need to start taking the stuffing out to be able to get to the elastics for the arms. Pulling all the stuffing out of the doll. And once I get almost all of this stuffing out, I will find the cups that are actually going to be reattached to the legs. There should be two, one for each leg inside the torso. It's a little bit of a treasure hunt, actually. Oh, there's one. Ah, and there's the other one. Fantastic. Okay. So then the next step is we got to get these arms off of the doll. So I'll get my scissors again and I'm just going to cut the elastic on the other side of the little copper grommet. And the arms will just pop right off. Keep those little plastic cups though. You're going to need those to reattach the limb. All right. And cut the other side. All right, and at this point we have all four limbs off of the doll. Okay, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and clean up all the vinyl. You can see there's sort of some dark marks. It looks like it might be ink. So I always use my Norwex towels. I talk about these all the time because I've found that they're so good at cleaning the vinyl. So you give it a good scrub. You just use water. It's a microfiber towel. I think E-cloth makes a similar one, but I always use the Norwex. So I just kind of keep scrubbing, and you look, even that black ink mark came off. So I just take it and go over all of the spots and just scrub the vinyl really good. It's kind of an older doll, so it's a nice thing to do. And then once I get it clean, I will keep going with the restringing. Okay, everything's nice and clean. So I take my needle nose pliers. I'm going to reach into the first limb, and you'll see the white cup inside. You want to pinch the edge of it and then pull it through the hole. These are not super delicate, but they can get bent and warped. So if you find that you're having to pull too very hard, readjust your needle nose pliers in a different spot and continue to pull it out of the hole. So this one popped out. Take the elastic out. Sometimes you can reuse these if there's still some elasticity to them, but in this case, there's really not much. So what I do instead is I take a thick hair elastic, which is nice and stretchy and pretty thick, and then cut it at the spot where it's fused together, where it's glued together. That's going to be the weakest point. So go ahead and tie a double knot to secure it, and then we're going to slide one of these copper grommets on top of the knot. I get these at Home Depot. The whole box was only a couple of bucks, so not too very difficult or expensive. So then I'm going to get my crimpers. You want to crimp the copper grommet right on top of that knot, so sort of push down as you're squeezing, and you want the copper to actually go through the elastic, so squeeze really tight. You may have to wiggle it off of the tooth of the crimper, and there you go. And then I take the end of the crimper and squeeze it the other direction just to make sure that it is completely wrapped around the elastic cord. That's not going anywhere. All right, so slide the cup on, just like that, and then we're going to wedge that bad boy right back in the leg where it came. So squeeze a little bit, make sure the grommet is already inside, and then just push really hard with your thumb until it pops back in. Make sure you don't let the cord go in with it. All right, there it goes. Easy peasy. Okay. So we're going to feed this elastic into the hole of the torso where the leg belongs. Reach inside and find it, pull it through on the other side. And then we're going to do this process again in reverse this time. So first the cup, then the grommet, and then a double knot. There goes the cup. Here comes the copper grommet. Oh, there's my cat. Hi, baby. Go ahead and crimp it down. So when you get your crimper tooth in place, you want to slide the crimper down so that the grommet is firmly pressed against the cup. That's going to make sure that your limb is nice and tight. So when it is, pull the cord, push down, and squeeze as hard as you can to make sure that the copper is completely crimped into the elastic cord. I usually do 2 crimps along the length of the grommet, and then I take the top of my crimper and just sort of pinch it in the other direction, sandwich it together. Oh yeah, that's nice and snug. Okay, and then I'm going to tie a double knot. This is just sort of in case. And some dolls have grommets, some dolls have knots, and I tend to just do both. So hopefully the restringing job will last a little bit longer. Elastic is going to degrade over time no matter what you do, but this will hopefully keep the limbs nice and snug for a good long time. And there it is. So the first limb is done. And now I'm going to repeat the process 3 more times. You can see this leg is posable. It holds position in any direction. Just perfect. So then let's do the other leg and the other 2 arms. And maybe we can play some fun music while we're doing that. Okay, all 4 limbs are reattached. It's time to put the stuffing back in. I just take a handful at a time at first and just start stuffing it in there. But once you get it about a third to about a half of the way full, what you want to do is take your thumbs and start shoving that stuff down into the very bottom of the torso. Make sure you pay attention to the leg holes so that you don't have any wrinkles in the fabric or sort of warped areas on the doll's body once she's completely restuffed. You won't be able to get back in there once you have all the stuffing in. So flip her over. You want to make sure her bottom is nice and round and that there are no lumps and bumps or folds or empty spots. So just keep doing that, shoving it in with your thumb, shaping and pushing it down as you go. Alright, that's the last little bit of stuffing, so let's take a look and see how we did. Okay, she stands up on her own. I'm going to lay her horizontal and see how those limbs do against gravity. Aha, look at that. No floppiness at all. You can have her arms and legs posed directly up and they don't fall. That is a solid restring job. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.